are we doing? How are we doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, regardless of where you are. To all of you listening from different parts of the world, welcome to this broadcast. To sa another class about this beautiful tool. Nice, pretty, and lovely. Allows us to manage our businesses, structure them, create opportunities, manage teams effectively, and grow above all, which is one of the things that we all want, because there's a phrase I like to say a lot, that the day that when we stop growing, we start to die. So welcome. Today we have a class. This is about continuity because we already launched the new features of Bitrix. In December, they just recently came out. We had it the day they were exactly released. We did the masterclass for you, but they weren't right available yet. Indeed. The functions as such, then some were introduced gradually over time. Not all of them are available yet. However, this is going to be like an update of the masterclass we gave in December. But now it's going to be practical, unlike what we saw in December, where I simply showed you videos of how it worked, how it was going to be. There are some that are already available, and we're going to show them to you now. What can be done? What do we still have to wait a little longer for? What's coming up? And a little where to. We need to start taking notes. All of us with our companies. So I want to greet you all. I want to greet you. You know that I always like to greet you all and let me know which city you're connecting from and from which country and city so I can greet you. So let's start over here. It's Rocio from Mendoza. Welcome. Welcome, Rocio. Head to Mendoza. God willing, by March, I'm over there. Let's go. We're going to be there. I have to travel Córdoba, Buenos Aires, and Mendoza. So it's always a pleasure. Jose from La Paz is also here. Bolivia. Last year was a nice year because we opened in-person operations in La Paz. We're over there in Coyacoto. Coyacoto, yes, we already opened. And I'm to be over there soon, very soon. I'm there. So it's a pleasure to greet you all. Over here, we also have a greeting from Mexico, from Cancun, Gabriela. Welcome, Gabriela. Let me see the other page here. Here are others. Christian, my brother, fixed asset too. Hey, I think I didn't even reply to the last message you sent me. So now after the meeting, I'll go over everything and send it to you. Always. Sometimes they write to me, but keep in mind that I'm also going from meeting to meeting like right now, and they keep writing to me, and it just goes by. In fact, look, this is the last straw. I have 1, 2, 3 cell phones to attend to. Can you imagine? They already have me going crazy, right? Don't believe it, right? But nice to see you, Christian. Always active. Nice background. It says, yes. Look at this beauty. Okay. Nothing else, right? Nothing else. I'm currently in northern Ecuador, border with Colombia. It's called Tonzupa, and let's say the first little Colombian town is called Tumaco, I think. Well, we're there, close to Colombian land. I traveled all along the Ecuadorian coast these days. So for those of you who we see on Instagram, I'm always posting about where I'm at. Julian, thank you. Welcome as well. Over here, Fabio. Fabio is active. I mean, if Fabio isn't in the master classes, I can't give them, because he's the one who opens the door for everyone to come in. Right. Excellent, Fabio. It's great to see you here. David, welcome, David, as well from Cancun. Gina, I want to go to Cancun. It's been a while since I last went. I've been there about 4 times, but Cancun is so beautiful. Bucaramanga, Colombia, welcome, David. Andres Soler from Bogota, always there. Greetings, excellent, Andres. I have it on my to-do list now that I'm going to Bogota, which I plan to visit soon. God willing, at the end of this month, I'll be there. I'll take a little trip and visit you all too. Nicole from Peru. Oh, how nice. From Lima, I imagine. You're there, Nicole? I have to go to Lima in February. I'll be there too. Adrian, welcome from Monterrey. Now, my wife just told me that she has to go to Saltillo, which is next to Monterrey. And we're working on that, God willing, by May. Suddenly, I might take a trip over there. Enrique, Kike, how nice. It's great to see you here, Kike. Also, Maximiliano from Montevideo. Wow, we could start another continent with all of you. You're all here from different countries in action. That's great. Shirley from Costa Rica, welcome to Tika Shirley, who is joining us as well. How nice. And Nicole confirms that she's from Lima. Well, this is the second masterclass that, well, this isn't really a masterclass. It's more like an update on what we covered in December. Bitrix Comprehensive Software. It has 2 feature releases in the year. One is done around March or April, and the other one is done in November. Last year, it got delayed and they did it in December. This year, I think, marked a milestone. Very important because it's practically in all industries. In most software, it has already been established. Artificial intelligence. I mean, before we used to see artificial intelligence, oh, nice, ChatGPT. But you would see it from a distance and think, well, but in day-to-day life, how am I going to use it? And many, or let's say those who were more advanced, had a ChatGPT account. They would consult ChatGPT and it was like an external work tool. I think last year marked an important icon because artificial intelligence has already been incorporated into Bitrix in our day-to-day processes, in the sales processes, in the chatbot, with artificial intelligence through WhatsApp. And one thing is to see artificial intelligence from a distance and say how nice it will be for us. At some point it will happen, and another thing is to actually bring it to numbers. As I did with you, that I showed you, how did we reduce customer acquisition costs in the furniture cleaning company? You know that we manage several businesses. One is a furniture cleaning company, and before, acquiring a customer in the furniture cleaning company cost us 18 or 50. So we were putting in 18 to 50 and getting out one customer. It was less like that, which honestly was not profitable. We were losing money every month in the furniture cleaning company. Harsh reality. Look how nice. Thanks to artificial intelligence. Since November and December. And now, well, so far in January, we managed to reduce the costs of customer acquisition by using it through Bitrix and WhatsApp. So in the chat, there's an intelligent robot chatting. Intelligent robot. It helped us go from approximately 1850 to 350. So artificial intelligence is not something I see from afar and say, oh, how nice. How lovely. Oh, now look at how it's saving us money in the company. And I see many of you around Andrew, Maximilian. We also started implementing it in your business. And well, some of you already know. I think Fabio has already implemented it too. I think, well, that's it. Some of you have felt firsthand the results of implementing this type of technology. Tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg, right? There are many more things. And for example, Bitrix. It placed the one that not only transcribes the calls with artificial intelligence for you, but now it even compares them. What did your advisor say on the call versus what they should have said, and gives it a score? I mean, he got into that topic. He got into the topic of processes. So for example, I was thoroughly reviewing at the maintenance company. In the accommodations that we have that need maintenance, we use the new Bitrix function for workflows. And I saw how It summarized it for me in 3 paragraphs, which in fact, I'm going to show you how we should improve the processes. How should we consider more time to fix things because we're not being efficient? I mean, I was saying how beautiful having a robot that gives you all that information, and that's what we're going to see. But not from theory anymore, but from practice, what is already available, what we have already used. I'm going to show it to you so that you can have a clearer understanding and start using it as well. And if the rest of the functions are released tomorrow, because they haven't all been rolled out yet, we'll gladly do another update for all of you as such. Okay? Then first, a little announcement. There are some who are still not in our Bitrix community from WhatsApp. It's the largest Spanish-speaking community that all of you need to be a part of. United, that's where we always post the updates, the most clarified updates. So if you want to stay up to date with this beautiful technology, you can't miss out. We are already more than 170 companies in our group. I love it. And well, those who haven't joined our community yet, join us. Join us. Scan the QR code. And there you will stay updated on all these topics. Okay. Very well, then let's do it. Practical, the latest update from Bitrix is called Synergy. Like synergy in Spanish. It had some important improvements. Among these, let's see here. Let me think. Good. So I think you can already see my screen. Let's see. I'm going to share here. Share screen. All right. You can see it now. Well, there is Bitrix, right? Let me just confirm that you can see the whole screen and you can see it. All right. Well, so first, the first option that significantly improved was that the artificial intelligence available in Bitrix now uses the version such as GPT-4. Before, it was 3.5. What does this mean? It's smarter. The responses it gives us now. So if I just say, for example, I'm in Esmeraldas, set me up, and itinerary for the best restaurants and tourist spots from the province. So before, if I had asked it, let's say it had an intelligence level, I don't know, 4, right? It was pretty good. Now, this level, the quality of response it gives you, since it already uses ChatGPT-4, is better. Look at how it's telling me which coffee shop to go to, which city, everything, all in a much more strategic way. The quality of responses has improved. That's great. Yeah, it's good, but it's not anything out of this world. The second feature that Bitrix said, this one isn't out yet, it's that on the websites. We're going to be able to create websites with artificial intelligence. Currently, for example, this is actually from our dental clinic. This is our site. So I put here, I want to see page. Okay. And look how I'm going to the page. And this was created by just one person. I mean, it was edited in Bitrix, the website. Let's see. There you go. The website looks really nice. Here we have our dental clinic, the success stories. Everything is very pretty, lovely, and beautiful. But this was done with a designer. Okay? No, or not just like that. What did Bitrix offer us? And it hasn't launched it yet, but soon we'll definitely be able to design the website with just a prompt. I'm just going to tell it. Build me a website for a dental clinic where I can showcase success stories, before and after photos, among other things. And the artificial intelligence is going to create it for me automatically. It's not available yet, but in this first quarter of the year, it's going to be released. So stay tuned for it, that new feature. Okay. Another one of the new features that's coming, which isn't out yet either, but I recommend you start getting familiar with it and checking it out. is that Bitrix has greatly improved the video conferencing module. Look, I already have 1, 2, 3 rooms where you could have up to 14 participants in the meeting at any given time. But at the present moment, Bitrix is really focusing on remote work, on digital work, to become not just a CRM, but to turn into the work ecosystem of the company. And it has expanded to 1,000 collaborators. Up to 1,000 people can connect. They can connect through the links from Bitrix. Okay, so what's nice about this? It's not here yet, but it's coming out in the coming weeks, in this quarter, where the artificial intelligence will audit whether the meeting's objectives have been met. So when I have the meeting with my team of digital strategists, it's asked, let's see, what's the objective of this meeting? Review the digital marketing publication calendar for February 2025. So in the end, the artificial intelligence is going to tell you, you absolutely got 100% out of the meeting, you completely planned this, and you accomplished it. Excellent. Or it's also going to tell you, you know what? You got 20%. They had to come up with the publication calendar for February 2025, and they didn't even make it through the first week before they changed the subject, and it ended up being an unproductive meeting. I mean, imagine that Bitrix is now going to help you evaluate how productive or unproductive the meetings you're having are. It's not available yet, but it was part of the announcement too. Those who want to see how that function is going to be, go watch the previous video, because I promised you in this class to show what's already there, but I hit them like a refresh. Okay. So it's going to be nice because we're practically going to have our own meeting minutes automatically. They're going to audit how effective the meetings are, and as a recommendation I give you, aim for remote work more than ever. I mean, the pandemic definitely pushed us, but I see more and more companies looking to go back to virtual work. And no, folks, I mean, this week, I worked all over the Ecuadorian beaches. I set up my little table, my park, and that's how it goes. I even set up the generator, everything. And I already bought Starlink internet to work from anywhere in the world. And that's how it goes. I mean, don't wait until you reach those important moments in your life to absolutely start. Get involved in that. Nowadays, you can have internet anywhere in the world. Even if there is no cell phone signal or internet, you can have it. And Bitrix is the platform that can help you take advantage of that. And let me tell you something. I used to not travel much to other provinces as I work full-time online. We have seamless consulting meetings, so now I travel to all cities. Keep an eye on this. If you still have in-person meetings, why have a feature to audit your goals? So that's why it's no longer a problem for me, which is why I travel to all the cities. So pay close attention to this, because if you keep having in-person meetings, what's the point of having a feature that audits whether you're meeting your goals? If you're not going to have virtual meetings, so keep an eye on all of that because it's coming in a beautiful way. So another of the improvements. The company structure wasn't like this before. Look how nice it turned out now. So now you can start building your structure. You can start building your structure in a much better way. And what you can already do is set access permissions. Look at all this beauty. Add your department, transfer the department, invite. It wasn't like this before. They improved this a lot. And something that's important is that now we have this feature here of access permissions. So I can say, who do I want to be able to see? The structure of the company, the whole company. I want them able to see their department. This wasn't possible before, folks. I was just talking here with some friends who, I don't know if they are here at the meeting, are friends from Enterprise Group in the United States, and they are launching franchises. And one of the things is that for me, if I sell a franchise, I don't want the others I've sold the franchise to have access to see who my other franchisees are. So here you can filter it so that each person only sees what they actually have. So departments and sub-departments, if I want them to be able to add, remove, edit, add employees, delete, this new feature is available with examples to see its functionality, set up, and it looks much nicer too. So this is another new feature. It's already available. And there are examples for you to see how it works. The other feature is the boards, which isn't out yet, but in summary, it's for generating charts. It's more or less, I think I have an example to show you here. Bitrix is going to allow you to create charts like these here. I'm going to show you now. Look, this is the one from Zoom. It's not from Bitrix, but I want you to see the new feature. So Zoom, for example, also came out with the whiteboards, right? So Bitrix is going to have its own template designer for remote work. Okay, so you will have this available to you. This quarter, it's going to be released, and you'll be able to use it right within Bitrix itself. So I estimate that we pay $800 a year for Zoom. This year, we're not going to pay for it. We're already thinking about working 100% in Bitrix for the renewal. Also, right? So look at these features. You'll have them in Bitrix and you'll be able to use them. Okay, let's go to the collab topic. Now, yes. So in the work groups, Bitrix has now allowed the creation of collabs. So for example, this is a collab. The collab is like a, let's see, I left you to share. Let me share it again. Emilio says, it looks like CMAP's tool. Yes, it's the same. Alex is also present there. Zico Ramirez looks better. He looks really good. And Marta is also here. She doesn't miss a thing. Christian says, if I'm using Starlink, Elon Musk's Starlink, the internet is 100% recommended, and Alex is also connected. Welcome, Alex. Well, let's keep going. Then, this option that you see here is the one, and we're going to do a test with you right now, because I like to talk about this. The coherence, right? So I'm going to create a work group, okay? So the work group that I create, I'm going to create it under the new mode called collab. Create a collab, you see? There, I'm creating it, so I'm going to put new ones. In Bitrix24, I can set access permissions and create the collab. And look, I copy the link and I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send them to you. I already sent them to you here through the chat. It's a bag from YouTube. So to you, as you may know, I'm putting it on the screen in case you can join. But in any case, look at how we create a group with external people to Bitrix who are not collaborators. And you can keep them informed and updated on all the topics you want. Look, Alexandra has already joined. There it is. You can see it in real time. So I can send you information here. The rest of you can join too if you want, okay? So you can see the functions of collab, how it works, and how we can use it. So I can send a message here. Hello, Alexandra. Hey, Fabio is here too. Hello, Alexandra. See you here, right? So we can make a video call. So if you work with projects, with clients, no problem. It's Alexandra. She's already chatting on the collab. Very good, very good. So look, that's a beautiful thing because I can already have a video call. Have a video call. I can make a call with you all together. That Fabio is also there commenting, very good. I can send you files here. I can create tasks for you, among other things, right? So look how nice it is. Look, some have already uploaded quickly. So I can have like a mini Bitrix just with you, but it's not like you have access to my entire Bitrix. You only have access to this specific work group. This was a really good feature, and we've already started using it to validate it as such and make the most of it. So if you work on projects or want to have closed work teams, this can be really useful because you have the chats right here, you have the tasks, you can hold meetings, among other things. Okay? All right, so that's the collab. Let's take a look at the other feature. The other feature is for. Look, she's creating it there. See, Alexandra has already created it. We are already 8 members of you. Emilio just joined too. Look, so these tasks are not linked. Alexandra has already created it. So I can create a task for you too. Notice how they are not collaborators in my Bitrix, but I can create one for them. Move forward. For example, if you have an external marketing agency, use this, right? Move forward. Digital marketing planning of digital marketing, February 2025. So I delegate this to this. Someone specific that I want. Here is Alexandra. She already shows up for me because the truth is, and do you know what's good? It doesn't take up user spaces in Bitrix. And you can start having this. I just created it here. I can create a subtask for her, among other things. And we are working in my own Bitrix, but with external people as well. They are already training. Look, Jenny, Gina, some have joined here. Good. So there it is. Christian is commenting too. Very good. Another feature, and this one, let's say, isn't fancy, but I want to mention it. I love it. It's the AI chatbot. And it also came out around the same time. We've been using it since the last week of November. And look at how beautiful it is, right? Look, I'm here at the beach. And since the last week of November, using it. And look at how beautiful it is, right? Look, I'm here at the beach. And a client just arrived 58 minutes ago. And the artificial intelligence wrote to him automatically. Look, good afternoon. How much do you charge for cleaning the dining set? Look how he makes a mistake, and instead of saying dining set, he says fire. So I gave it to him. The artificial intelligence automatically responds to him. Good afternoon. To give you the exact price, it tells him the values. Dining set, there are 8 chairs. And look how it gives him the price automatically, my God. It gives him the price. This happened at 5:36. And he didn't respond. And exactly 5 minutes later, the artificial intelligence wrote to him again. And it turns out that 15 minutes later, it wrote to him again. And 5 minutes after that, it sent him some little eyes. There has been no human intervention. And we just passed it to Jenny to take care of it. It's beautiful. With this, we've managed to reduce the cost of acquiring a customer from $18.50 to $3.50. And the analysis is very simple. People, when they write on WhatsApp, he wants immediate answers. Because what happens, let's say I'm having lunch, right? I'm having lunch and I see your company's ad and I click on it. I ask you for information. But it turns out that you took too long to reply, and I'm about to travel to another beach called Hama. So what happens? Since you took 20 minutes, and in 20 minutes, I'm going to leave for my trip. I didn't reply because I'm driving, and that book is already lost. On the other hand, if I'm having lunch right now, for example, and I see your ad, and while I'm eating, I'm on my phone, and I click it, and you respond to me right away. You want to clean furniture? Yes, I have a chair. Perfect. How many seats do the chairs have? There are 8 seats. Ready, it costs $45. When to schedule? Ready, schedule me for the minute. If the response is immediate, in less than 10 minutes, and you get all the information, you increase sales. Gentlemen, from $18.50 to $3.50, it lowered our customer acquisition cost per customer per ad. It's crazy, folks. It's crazy. And what's more, to show you that it's all real, I'm going to show you how we've already implemented the PowerBot. We've already implemented it. Not just in one business unit, we currently already have it in 5 business units. But because Bitrix doesn't let us look at all the bots we have. Look, here they are. All the bots are running. with artificial intelligence. What's more, we even bought it for the year. We already said no one is bringing us down here. We went with the bot for the year, and I'm going to show you, for example, in the accommodation company, we have how it has generated results for us. So you can see how we've improved customer service just with the robot using artificial intelligence. Look, let's take a look at a case. Look, someone wrote to us here on WhatsApp 31 minutes ago. Hello, good afternoon. They just said good afternoon. Good afternoon, I'm your booking assistant. How can we help you? They haven't replied to us. And it was transferred to Cami. So she can continue assisting. One didn't interact much. Let's look at another case. This is Paula. Let's take a look at another one here. Look at this. Look at this. Look. It's crazy. Well, that customer is complaining there. Let's look at it. Everything. You can see how artificial intelligence, look at this one here, wrote, sent the information, everything in a beautiful way. So this robot is a beauty because it responds automatically and everything becomes much more practical. Well, for me, out of all the functions, that's one of the ones I like the most, and that has brought us the most tangible results. All right, let's talk now about the workflows. So Bitrix allows you to have different work groups. They always ask me, Luis, how do you manage several companies, several businesses? Because I manage different work groups. For example, this is the work group for the accommodation company. Here we have properties in Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia. We are to open in the Dominican Republic, Argentina. In fact, we just opened this week in Santa Marta, and we opened in a new city in Colombia. In fact, Diana was over there. And look at how right now, just to show you that this isn't just talk, it's concrete. We are the ones with the most properties. The most properties in all of Ecuador. Look at that beauty. Look, just reservations, all the properties we manage in 4 countries. Here they are. A sales making machine. Okay. In fact, I think they're not seeing it. Let me see if I don't think they're seeing it. Let me embed it here. Let me put it here because I like to show you these things. You know, I never hold anything back. Here is StreamYard. All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'm putting it on full screen. There it is. Ready? Look, see this? There is. We manage the most properties overall. There is, and we manage this with Bitrix. All this, because Bitrix allows us to be very scalable and manage all of this. Okay, and I was showing you the topic of, let's go back here. I'm going to come back to Bitrix again, but I'm not going to share the whole screen because it doesn't tell me when. I'm showing something. Instead of sharing the whole screen, I'm going to specifically share that one. Here I was showing you. Okay, ready. So, what happens with the accommodation company? You can see the number of properties we have. And sometimes it's a problem for us in the maintenance because it's our responsibility. And look at what we did. In the work groups, every time something gets damaged, there are different groups, but we created workflows so that you better understand what workflows essentially mean. Workflows are within a work group. You can have many tasks from different aspects in various ways, but you can evaluate the effectiveness of certain specific tasks. So let me give you an example. In the accommodation company, we have payment tasks, we have other tasks that are maintenance related, we have operational tasks, complaint tasks, among others. But what happens? We're putting the payment tasks into a workflow. Even if they are in the same work group, the maintenance tasks for a city go into a different workflow. So that's why you'll notice that I have here, look how it says maintenance Guayaquil. At first, we consider that we need to solve any and all potential maintenance issue or concern in the city of Guayaquil within 4 days in order to ensure that they are addressed. We can do it in 4 days. We're estimating to solve it. And likewise, for example, in Tonsupa, which is the city I'm in right now, we're considering fixing maintenance issues in 1 month. In Jama, it's 3 months, you see. So in Lima, we have 1 month and so on. How are the workflows created? I'm going to create a new one right now. For example, maintenance for the new city we opened in Colombia, which is called Santa Marta. Because I don't know if Santa Marta is like TH, I think it's without the H. So you create a workflow here and look how it asks you to link it to a work group. So in Santa Marta, since we only have one property, I'm going to say that we might take up to 3 months to solve any maintenance issue or something, okay? We're going to take up to 3 months to solve any maintenance issue or something, okay? Topics that can wait, right? You put next here. Here are the 3 options. Look at these 3 options available. The first one is whenever you want that a available person is assigned, I can put several people here. I'll assign Jose Luis, myself, and Katie. And it will be assigned to the person who is available in line, assigned manually. It's that everything gets delegated to me. And I go selecting who gets assigned that activity. And auto-assigning tasks means that all the tasks come in, but the people take them on. Okay, that's the other function that exists as well. And here I can associate it with a project, with a group. In this case, I'm going to associate it with the maintenance one. We have one of them here, maintenance. That's what it's called. And here, this is very important, you can select to create them based on templates. So, for example, I select here, I'm going to create a template so you can see how everything works. I put it here. Damaged. And in what accommodation. So I put here, which is the damage. I can put another one. How it can be solved. And I'm going to put how this autism identified this damage. So we have some categories when something gets damaged. There are some tasks that we call corrective, urgent. There are others that we call important, corrective. I lost my train of thought there. There are others that are called predictive and preventive. So I'm looking at how to format it. I'm formatting it. Here I'm going to put a script for us to complete. Here I'm going to put another script. Okay. And I'm formatting this too. And I click save. So what happens? In this case, it's going to ask me about all those aspects as such. So I'm going to put it here. The tasks are automatically assigned to me, for example. We're ready. Ready? Next. Administrator, look at how this is coming along, right? That we will be able to analyze the information with the VI builder. And I create the flow. And done. The maintenance flow for Santa Marta is now created. Here it is. So I can create, look, I can manually create the tasks from here. And it forces me to fill this out. Or I can, if I'm in a task from a work group, for example, I'm going to go to the Kanban. and I'm going to create a task from here. For example, this one, I'm thinking of repairing the refrigerator. Tonsupa test. So I'm just creating it in a work group. Look how from up here I can link it to maintenance. Santa, look. Do you see? And there that specific flow enters the work group. That's the use it can have. And something nice about the workflows. Something very nice about the workflows is that the artificial intelligence. Look, I'm going here to workflows. Look. The artificial intelligence already audits you and tells you, for example, I identified several reasons that are lowering your efficiency. It was observed that there are more overdue tasks than completed on time. Specifically, there are 10 overdue tasks, which is significantly higher than the 3 tasks completed. On average, overdue tasks are completed in 11 days. While you currently have it set up that they absolutely need to be completed in 4 days, which is absolutely necessary. I mean, just imagine the power. Let the artificial intelligence audit you. These processes, they'll tell me if it's not beautiful. Look, it already gave me this. See, it gives you recommendations. It gives you the cases. Look, it says, the manual distribution by Edison Trias suggests a personalized approach. It analyzes everything. Do you realize? Beauty. Okay. Well then, this was another one of the new features that the artificial intelligence is already auditing for us. Look, for example, here. Look at this beauty. Likewise, it gives you recommendations and analysis of that flow. So, right now, we're using it for everything related to maintenance and payment issues. I created a flow called payments. Look, here it is. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. I have the maintenance filter, but I'm removing it. And here you're going to see one that says payments. There it is. Payment C. So, or when it's administrative processes to know how much time we're taking in each of the processes. Well, that's about the flows with AI. And another one of the sensations that there were is that the artificial intelligence is already auditing your calls. The artificial intelligence is already auditing your calls and rating them. So for example, we have here a new funnel called database campaigns. So here we're making calls to people. And for example, look, here we've called this company from Costa Rica called Intel Call Security. And I can audit. Look at this beauty. So here, Angelica, she spoke right. I can choose which script I want to evaluate her with. For example, I'm going to put her with the Bitrix presentation. And I evaluate the call. Look how it tells me that on average, Angelica, who is a new person on the team, has a 66% compliance with the script. And let's see exactly how much the Bitrix's advanced artificial intelligence rates this call. Look, it gave me a 0. I don't know why. The call was brief and didn't allow for most of the criteria to be met. There were no objections and empathy wasn't required. However, the manager failed to clarify things. Look, it gave her a bad rating. During the call, the client didn't provide a number and didn't confirm anything correctly. It gave her a 0. Nothing like, oh no, but she's my friend. I'm going to give her an 80 because, come on, did you meet the objective or not? Period. Bye. Let it hurt. That's it. You notice? Let's see one. You can take a look. Look. So here is this other company from Costa Rica that we called her. So I don't have to go and kill myself listening to this, right? Now I go in here and I say, hey, Bitrix, give me an audit. If she met or not what she was supposed to say to these clients, she called. Look, it already dropped her effectiveness to 51%. See? So let's see how much it gives her. Demonstrate. In the end, I'm going to answer all the questions you have. All the questions will be answered. We're already getting to the final part. I just need 2 more functions. Look at this beauty. 75% effectiveness. And look at how the artificial intelligence tells me she managed to establish contact with the client. It allowed her to express her objections during the call. So I don't have to listen to myself for 2.5 minutes anymore, but to see what the artificial intelligence is telling me and why not. And I'm looking to raise the number, right? That everyone reaches 100, 100, 100. It's going to be much more practical. Hey, Luis, that's really interesting. And how is it configured? You have to go into the scripts. And here you can configure all the scripts you want. Look. So I can say, let's see, look, I want a bad call to be recognized if it has less than 30. A good one if it has more than 70. A bad call if it has less than 30. Good if it has more than 70. And like that. So here you can adjust. For example, I want to review all the calls, or just the incoming ones, or just the outgoing ones. You can audit it. I want, for example, these to be calls from new clients, or calls in processes, or repeat clients, or recurring clients. And here I can configure the scripts. So I customize it. And I can even ask the artificial intelligence to tell me to create a customer service script for me, how a sales script for this should be. And it builds it for me and audits it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is also beautiful. Well, what do we want? Validate. Now that we finish validating it a bit more, we're going to give a bonus to these clients, to these advisors, and we're going to give you, you're going to earn the percentage of the bonus that the artificial intelligence tells us you're meeting. And you'll see how they're going to go all out to make the pitch beautiful, gorgeous. Doesn't find sudden, that doesn't happen to us. That suddenly, right. Well, since they pay me the same, whether I call well or call poorly, I just call poorly. And there are the results, right? Beautiful. Be a beautiful. Well, and the other new feature that Bitrix released is the bookings. This one is available not at 100%, but it's this one, right? So what does it consist of? In that you can, everyone who handles meetings, for example, in this case, this is the dental office that we have. Look how I can edit here. What type? If I want there to be auxiliary resources, how long I want the reservation to be. So let's say you want to meet me. Someone. Look, I set it here for 11. In the office, today is January 22, right? Well, not today, because we're finishing up. Tomorrow? Okay, so I'm going to the 23rd, and here all the resources I have show up. So in office 1, at 10 in the morning, I'm going to give an appointment to someone. Look how easy it is. Right. To Alexandra. Ready? Set an appointment to Alexandra. And look how I can set it up if the appointment is confirmed or if it's not confirmed. And look how the ones that are not confirmed show up in blue. On the other hand, the confirmed ones show up in green. Look how I can select if in the appointment and see what in appointment. Yes, for example, we don't know. Yes, for example, the visit has already taken place. If not, look at all that beauty. I can link it to a negotiation. I want to link it to the web to this negotiation. Web to this negotiation. Let's say the appointment I have with Alexandra. It's from this negotiation. And I can link it to the negotiation. Everything in order. Let's say I'm negotiating $12,870. Look how it shows up here. The appointment I have, what I'm negotiating, and what's coming up. I can take notes. You have to be on time because the client is very strict with punctuality. There's going to be a brief topic about documents and sending automatic confirmations. Okay, some new features are coming here. And look how nice it is that if I happen to have, for example, several appointments. Look how my battery is filling up here to show how full I am that day, you see? Look, all by itself. Look, this office is already quite full. This one here a little less, but this one more, and see how you can keep track of it. And keep in mind that artificial intelligence is going to get involved here. And we're going to be able to do wonders everywhere. Look, I'm going to book all of these. Client, Alexandra herself, save. And I believe her. Look, I'm creating it right now. All these appointments for Alexandra. Click on create. It shows up for me. They'll tell me if it's not a beauty. Okay, good. You have something to keep you busy. This is the other function it has about bookings, reservations, which is already being useful. It's quite useful for you to try it out, especially for those who handle meetings. And you can set it up in two ways. There's one using resources, which is the case here, for example, Office 1, Office 2, or for example, you can also change it, right? There are others. Look how beautiful it looks here. You can also change the way, if you want, for example, to create more resources, you can add them here. Okay. Imagine you have a car and you want everyone to register here which car is being used, all of this. And something I think is going to happen is that Bitrix is going to link it with some fields it has here. So in Bitrix, there's a section where you can also schedule, and I think they're going to end up linking it. They haven't said it yet, but you know I always like to get a little ahead of the game. I'm going to go through all the questions and doubts you have and answer them. Let's see over here. She says, Diana says that the sound is failing. I've worked very well from here. Can you confirm for me if it's not working well? Before I tell you this, I'm going to ask Mira to publish it. I've prepared a detail of all the new features in a PDF so you can follow along. I'm going to ask her to pass it to you so you have it in the group. And second, for Mira to pass it to you so you have it there in the group. And second, for those who haven't joined the WhatsApp community yet, we have the largest and most important Bitrix community in Spanish. Join by scanning the QR code so you can stay updated on all the new features and new releases. If you want to talk to me, there's even my personal number and everything, so we can chat and I'm happy to help you. Okay. All right, let's go with any questions or doubts you have. Alexandra asks, does it also allow you to configure the unavailable spaces? Yes, Alexandra, you can configure that if you want it to be put it or not. In space that is available. Keep in mind that Bitrix, and I'm going to show you this here, has released 3 aspects in different ways. The first one, for example, is this field is called appointment scheduling. Look, I have it here. Appointment. Look, one here. This is the first one. This one was released by Bitrix so we can schedule, but it's kind of basic and not many people use it, right? So for me, Bitrix is going to connect these with appointment scheduling, and it's also going to link it with the calendars. Have you noticed that it launched one of the features about available slots? So for me, it's going to finish connecting all these things. This is the one for scheduling so that the client can schedule themselves. The other one is for your sales team to schedule it. And the other one is going to be to have a super practical dashboard for the scheduling processes. I mean, Bitrix is going to become the most powerful scheduling platform out there, because it's going to have practically everything as such. Okay, I want to know if you have any more questions or doubts. Let's go here. In Javier, that's what Chili's does. Very good. Excellent, Javier. Here, we just published it. For those wanting to download its PDF, leave the link for you. We're going to give you a comprehensive PDF that we put together with a team, detailing all the new features and functionalities so that you have it and can effectively use it. Okay. I see a message here. If you can hear me, please confirm if you can hear me. Because according to this, it says that no, but I would think that you should be able to hear me. Well, so there are no more questions, no more doubts. Yes, I can hear you, says Hiko. Thank you. Well, there are no more questions, no more doubts. I want to thank everyone for their time. It's great to see you all. I hope you get a lot out of it. Enjoy the new features, and we're going to keep pushing forward. By the way, for those who haven't taken the training yet, group, let's get started, and I'm going to put a message here. For those who want, we offer a training that most of you here have already taken. We do it twice a month, especially Bitrix practically from scratch. So for those who haven't taken it yet, just write to us. There's the phone number. Just give me a call. I want the Bitrix course. And we start next week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 hours of Bitrix. But so you can understand the logic of how this beautiful tool works and make the most out of it. Okay, most of them have already taken it. It's a course that 100% of the people who have taken it say they liked it. Okay, so it's worth it, and I want to see you there. And we'll be able to keep helping you in more ways. So I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. I have to leave for a trip right now. We're going to move on to Java as I'm heading back down south to the south of Ecuador, to the border with Peru. So a hug to everyone. God bless you. And I'll stay chatting on Instagram. For those who want, I'll stay chatting on Instagram so we can keep updating and gossiping a little bit there. How are things going with your businesses? A hug. God bless you, and see you next time. Bye.